Hey guys, and welcome to our first video in our Champions Online Tempest Archetype series. Here we have the Tibetan monk Om, and he's been imbued with his mystical electrical powers. He decided to use those to help clean up West Side. So we're going to go get our missions from Kodiak and head off, taking on the Purple Gang. So starting off, we have 3 powers at level 6. Our energy builder is Electric Bolt. Electric Bolt is your pretty much standard energy builder, no self-root, 50-foot range, and it has a chance of applying negative ions. Negative ions for the Tempest archetype is a real big deal. It is a debuff it stacks on people that you hit, and various abilities that you have can take advantage of that and do extra damage or cause various effects to happen by consuming those negative ions. Lightning Arc is our number 2 ability. It is a maintain, and it is a self-root. And it does a decent amount of damage over the duration. It also will do 20% additional damage if the target is affected by negative ions. And then last, in our 3rd slot, we have Spark Storm. Spark Storm is a self-root maintained ability that does AoE damage to those around us. Anyone affected with negative ions is knocked back or down. The damage is quite impressive. And it has an advantage you can purchase for just 2 points, called Electric Personality, which causes this ability to become a toggle, which is amazing. The ability to toggle on an AoE aura damage and then run around doing other abilities while that continues to do damage and knock people around is quite awesome. So we've turned in our missions, we have leveled up. I'm going to play around with my aura a little bit here. And we're going to head off to take out the guys in the sewers. And first, of course, we always take out the Tommy gun right here. So stacking negative ions is a big deal for the Tempest archetype. It lets them set up their combos and use their status effects. Paying attention to the number of negative ions you have stacked on a given mob is important. They went down pretty fast.
Bags! They should have made another drop by now.
Don't know, boss. There they are. Let's go.
Let's run for it!
That's right, you better run. Now my 3 super stats for this character are going to be Endurance, Recovery, and Ego. Endurance, of course, gives me the largest energy pool possible. Recovery changes my equilibrium point, my starting energy, my resting energy, if you will, to a higher point along my maximum energy line. And then Ego increases my range damage. So this is going to be a straight up, just massive mana pool, high damage DPS build.
Got it.
And they have made some changes to the Tempest, or the Electric archetype, over the years. They've made it a lot more AoE friendly. When the game first came out, the electric powers were very focused, typically one target. They did allow you to chain your attacks to other people, and that was rather cool when you got it to work. But it was definitely more of the single target DPS, whereas fire has always been the AoE DPS of the elemental types. So it's nice that they gave the electric archetype more AoE abilities. We now have several abilities, including a maintained, very similar to the fire's conflagration, that allows us to do lots of damage. And here we can see the Spark Storm's limited range. I'm standing pretty close to all three of these guys. However, I was only able to hit the one closest to me with my Sparkstorm. Once you have the electric personality advantage, you're able to move around, affecting more and more people with your AoE. The knockback is very handy for dealing with people building up large attacks, as you just saw there. He was building up a single target hit, most likely a large knockback from a haymaker. And because I knocked him away, he lost his ability. And it doesn't always work, like with that Tommy gun. I only knocked him back, I didn't knock him down. But very frequently, it will knock them down, and that interrupts their ability. I'm very quickly able to burn through these people. The damage on the Tempest archetype is quite impressive. And we don't even have any of the best abilities yet. It's also nice because Sparkstorm gives a definitive advantage over the Inferno archetype. Because at level 6 we have a rather powerful AoE that is not a charge up. The Inferno archetype has their Fireball, which is a very powerful AoE, but it does no damage while it's charging. Ours is a maintain, and therefore, in my opinion, better. Alright, we'll let Defender in.
Good work, hero. I've penetrated the other side of the building. Let's investigate further. Let's trap these miscreants between us.
For the henchman type, the Sparkstorm has become my go-to. I use my energy builder only long enough to get my Sparkstorm a full charge, and then I will use my lightning arc to pick off any survivors.
Too long have we been at each other's throats, like a pack of feral dogs. The red Curar attack has weakened the MCP. Now is the time to unite and claim what should be ours. It seems we have uninvited guests. I just remember the most pressing engagement elsewhere. Time to go.
Alright, let's take these guys on. Sorry, AoE, this should be pretty easy. And I chose to have athletics, or acrobatics, more for flavor than for anything else, being that he is a martial arts focused monk before he became an electrical powered superhero. I figured that flight or teleportation wouldn't really fit his character. Typically speaking, I don't prefer athletics or super speed or super jump, just because it's far easier to get around to the city while flying than it is while running. But for this character, I took this more for the flavor. And that's that mission. We should gain a level up here. I'm going to take the ego, because I already have some extra recovery. And now that I'm level 8, I'm actually going to go ahead and level up. It's 2 levels. So I have a new power at level 8. This is my electric form, my slotted offensive passive that will make all my abilities more powerful. And then I also get a talent. Now, as I mentioned, my super stats are ego, recovery, and endurance, where endurance is my primary super stat. So I'm going to sort them by endurance, and I'm going to choose a talent that gives me 5 endurance and 5 recovery. This is just because I prefer the talents that give you more than just points to one super stat. You get more out of it that way. And recovery and endurance work very well together. So now I'm going to head on to the next mission. Why did it have to be purple? And I'm going to just kill some of these mobs on the way just for fun. They barely scratched me and I killed them all. I'm actually rather enjoying this type. I will have to get used to the short range of the Spark Storm. Alright, speed run. See how quickly I can get through this. Yeah, nice. The box has killed him. I do think I will prioritize getting that electric personality enhancement for my Spark Storm. It'd be so nice to be able to use that ability and use Lightning Arc on it at the same time. These guys don't stand a chance. Alright, that's 1 minute. Wonder if I can be done in under 2. There's so many good electricity, high damage powers later on, though. From Thunderstrike, which is a charge-up, single target with small AoE attack, to Lightning Storm, which is the Tempest equivalent of Conflagration from the Inferno, to finally Gigabolt, which is a line attack, which does an immense amount of damage. The Tempest has a lot of cool abilities. Oh, coming up on the 2-minute mark. I got a damage boost though. Oh. Die faster. That's 2 minutes. I only have 2 mobs left to go. Two minutes and 20 seconds. Two minutes and 30. It's not bad. 2.5 minutes to do White Hat to Purple. Alright, and that will conclude our first episode here. We're going to turn in the missions. And I'm actually really liking this guy so far. He's been a lot of fun. A lot of damage, a lot of potential, kind of weak in the hit points department, but that's alright. So, this has been our Champions Online Tempest Archetype series, and we'll see you guys next time.